the Switch 2 has a problem. Yes, it is hella expensive, but that's not what we're talking about today, guys. Today we're going to talk about portability. The original Switch had a problem as well. I was afraid to take it anywhere. I don't know about you guys, but I left it in the house. I would bring it downstairs, maybe bring it onto the couch, but I was always weary to travel with it. I was traveling to a different provinces or, going on a vacation. I'd never bring it with me. And the reason for that is because it was just so expensive and fragile. There's a lot of screen real estate. And that kind of brings me up to what portable systems used to mean. Something like the Game Boy here. It was portable. It only took a few AA's and it worked really well, and if you dropped it, you weren't really scared. These things were durable and they lasted. Switch 2 is going to have the exact same problem as the Switch 1. It's got a larger screen and it's even more expensive. I am going to be terrified to bring the Switch 2 around with me, especially with how rare it is right now and how hard it was to get. I'm going to treat it like my precious, and I'm going to be afraid to take it anywhere. The Switch 1, like I said, right here, this is pretty flimsy. You look at the Joy-Cons and stuff, they kind of flimsy. You can easily drop this and break it. I'm sure there's somebody out here watching right now that dropped their Switch or had their children drop their Switch and it was broken. And the worst part about that is if you drop it, it may not even work in docked mode. So you got this piece of glass that is literally in your hand, you drop it and your whole world collapses on you and you feel terrible, right? Switch 2, like I said, it's going to be exacerbated. So you know what? There's something to be said about portability on these older systems. You got the Game Boy Color here, and you got the Game Boy. If I dropped one of these, I felt like it wasn't going to break. I didn't panic. I said, maybe, but that's about it. But these new systems are so expensive, and you know what? They're not the only things that are expensive in our pockets. We have our smartphones, but smartphones are made out of insane glass, right? They're made out of glass that is built to be scratch proof and just draw proof. But the Switch and the Switch 2, I don't feel like they're going to be that durable. The Switch 2 has an advantage. It has the magnetic clips, and people are saying they've got a lot of strength, but I'm still not going to trust it out there. Let me know, guys, have you ever broken a Switch? Is that a concern of yours? Is that going to keep you from bringing it outside into the real world? Or maybe I'm just paranoid. Let me know in the comments, guys, and we'll see you next time here at COIFISH Gaming. Bye now.